Good morning, everyone. This is episode 262 now. Barry here with you with Amanda here in the studio. We've got a good show coming up for you today. We're going to be talking about the positives first and then the negatives. So let's start off with the positives first. A lot of people have been going out and getting vaccinated, so that's a really good sign. So if you haven't had your jab yet, or if you haven't had your first jab yet, please go out and get it. It's not too late. The sooner you get it, the better. And joining me now for this Monday morning, the 23rd day of August. Good morning to Amanda. Welcome to you. Welcome to episode 262.
Good morning, Barry. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me on the show one more time.
Okay. Firstly, the positives. Just recapping the letter that I got from the Premier last week. I mentioned this last week on the show, and we are going to talk about it in the second part of our show today. Here's my outsider to open episode 262 with that.
It's an exciting show today. Stay tuned. As Barry said, we're going to focus on the positive first. So there's lots of good things coming up. And then checking the numbers and showing the amazing letter that Barry got.
Okay, so we are in week 10 of the lockdown now, and day, I think it was 45 the last time we met. So how many days is that?
Now it's coming to 52.
50, so we are now in day 52 of the statewide lockdown here. Okay, nudging the 60 mark. Okay, so we know it's hard, we know it's frustrating, but we will talk about that in the second part of our show today. Now, another good thing is eating the right food, eating lots of veggies, okay, using the leftover food, okay. So let's start on that. Okay, so if you've got any leftover food or vegetables, guys, please do use them up. Don't waste them. And if you've got any takeaway containers, guys, or plastic containers with a lid, please put your leftovers in that and freeze them. And like I said last week, please be mindful of the date that you made it and what you made. Because there's no point of going, putting it in the freezer and then forgetting about it. Here's my outsider.
That's right, we've got to avoid food waste and use up all our leftovers. We've got to be mindful of our consumption of food, try to eat healthy, and try to avoid waste.
Okay, because if you eat something that is off, ladies and gentlemen, that is a disaster. A recipe for disaster. Here's my outsider.
That's right. So always remember to date the food before you freeze it so you know exactly when it was made. Make sure you use it up within a week or so because then the food is still going to be good. And always smell the food before you taste it because when it's soft, it's got a strong smell and you can tell. And yeah, let's keep eating healthy for all of our meals breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And the snacks in between, let's try to keep it all healthy.
Okay, because like I just said, if you eat something that is really awful, please spit it out because you don't want to get a terrible tummy ache. Here's my outsider.
Yes, so once again, it prevents disease. So even though I want to avoid waste, it's important to make sure the food is still good to eat.
Now, another thing you should have for breakfast is wheat bix. I had a bit of it this morning. Okay, beautiful. And you can have a sliced banana or strawberries, things like that. Here's my outsider.
Very good option of breakfast. Well done, Barry. This morning I had some yogurt and fresh blueberries. So if you can try to add some fruit right at the beginning of the day, it gives us the right amount of energy and all the fiber that we need. So it's a good option.
So it's 9:24 here on Monday morning, and we all hope that you've had a good weekend. Now, the breaching of COVID rules, which we will also bring up today on this show too, but we will get to that shortly. But the most important thing is your health, okay, and your mental health. Okay, if you find yourself struggling to cope with COVID, ring someone up on the phone like I did this morning before we came on air. Don't just bottle it up because if you bottle things up and you don't talk about it, it's like having your contents locked up with the lid screwed on, and you'll find over time that whatever it is that you wanted to talk about will be irrelevant, and the contents in the bottle will be stale, and they won't be any use. Here's my outsider.
That's it, Barry. We need to keep a good eye on our mental health. We know lockdown can be tricky. Very people can feel really isolated and this can be tough. But keep in mind that you're doing the right thing. Staying home and isolating is the right thing to do at the moment. So be proud of yourself. Um, Look after your mental health as well as your physical health. I'm sure you can find some space in the house that you can do some stretching or some meditation, all those simple things that will help you to keep good mental health.
Because it's no good just sitting in your bedroom or your lounge room and just sulking or frowning because you're not only letting yourself down, ladies and gentlemen, but the viewers alike out there who watch our show on a regular basis. Okay, please do take on board what we said on the opening part of our show today and the start of the working week again. This is day 52 of the lockdown, as Amanda pointed out. Okay, And now we're going to talk about things to do during the lockdown. There are so many things that you can do during a lockdown, like cook some lovely meals like a shepherd's pie or vegetable patties, or make a healthy lunch for the kids if you've got them home from school. Okay, get some games happening, do some baking, drawing, arts and crafts, that sort of thing. He's a man now for this.
Right, you need to find a good hobby. You can do a bit of gardening, a bit of coloring in. It's proven that coloring in is really good for your mental health. So you can either put pencil to paper or you can find online sheets to color in and color in on your computer. That's it. Find a new hobby. There's lots of things to do and keep yourself busy.
Okay, and if you've got a Walkman, guys, like I had, okay, use that. Put a CD in or a cassette, take some time outside, okay, and listen to some music on your portable Walkman. Here's my outsider.
Very good tip, Barry. Yes, music can be very good for our mood. So take some time outside, go watch nature, go see a bit of green and listen to some nice music. Once again, relaxation can be good. Some people can feel very anxious when they're at home for so long. So there are apps that offer guided meditation to help you with that. That's a good option too.
Okay, it is very important, okay, to write in a diary how you have felt too, because if you don't write in a diary, you will forget about what happened 24 hours later. Here's my outsider.
It's a good habit to write about your day, especially the good things. If you can set up a gratitude journal, it's a good thing as well. It's writing it down. It's good to keep the memories and all of that, but also to exercise our brain.
Okay, because the mental health, okay, you have to keep your brain occupied. Here's my outsider.
Gotta keep it occupied, and there's many things we can do. Lots of puzzles help to keep the brain active as well. So crossword puzzles, word search, and all of those things, Sudoku, they always help to keep our brain active, keeps us in a positive mindset, and reduces the anxiety.
Okay, because what causes anxiety, guys? Okay, your stomach muscles can cramp up. Okay, and this is due to stress. You probably didn't sleep well. You're anxious and all of that. So please, what we are encouraging you to do today on the show is to write some points down. Okay, and maybe uh, you can take some time tonight out to, well, take some time or put aside some time is what I'm trying to say here, to sit down with your kids and maybe write down some points to stop them from being anxious. Here's my outsider.
Another good activity that you can do around the house with whoever lives with you is set a indoor mail system where at the bedroom door or at some special place you leave a little box open to receive the messages from the other people in the household. So it opens a space for the kids to send you a drawing, to tell a bit more how they're feeling. Kids can struggle sometimes to put into words, might be easier to put into paper. So that's another good tip.
Okay, because what's the point of having all those activities if you won't do them, okay? Because let's face it, like I've just said, now we are in day 52 of this lockdown, and tomorrow it will be day 53. So please, guys, don't just sit here and frown and sulk. Talk to somebody. Here's a man now.
It's very important to try to stay connected with the people you love, even though I might not be able to go and visit, but try to stay connected. You can share pieces of your diary with your friends and family if you feel comfortable doing that. You can reach out over the phone or even a video call, but make an effort to stay connected.
So, throughout today, we're going to be talking about positive and negative. Okay, so that's going to be our topic today on the show. And the last thing before we go to the break is controlling our mood swings. So here it is. Now, our mood swings. Okay, when we are in lockdown, we must work as a team and compromise. Here's Amanda for this.
It's important to work as a team, to look after each other, to make sure no one is left behind, and do this in every way that we can, respecting all the restrictions and the rules into place, but still trying to reach out and connect as much as we can.
Okay, because it's no good taking your anger out on someone else. Okay, we know the cases are rip and they won't be going, ew, please. Don't get angry. Listen to what the Premier has to say and all the ministers, the police, the health officers, and things like that. Here's Amanda now.
That's right. Let's keep listening to the Premier, to the health ministers, and everyone that is trying to help us out of this lockdown to try to trace a better way to deal with this pandemic. They need our help. They need us to follow their recommendations.
So after the break, we're going to talk about what you can do to stop yourself from getting angry during this lockdown, and we're also going to be talking about the breaches of the rules too. So that's all coming up right here on episode 262 with Barry, Fair, and Amanda. Good morning. It's Monday, the 23rd day of August. Winter is almost over, and so is my winter series. So I will be here for the first month of spring, and I've got a fair few videos to bring you before I leave here. So plenty more coming up on episode 262. We will be back at 10 o'clock, bring you this, the second part of our show. Stay with us. Good morning and welcome back to the show. It's 5 minutes after 10 here. Barry, Bear, and Amanda with you on this Monday morning. And I hope that you've had a good weekend. Well, now it's time to start the show off, the second part of our show, with a recipe idea. And we had Sam Bell, Chow Bell. And here's the man that has read the recipe to you.
I'll get the recipe.
So, before we read the recipe to you, this recipe contains lettuce leaves, okay? So this is a good, healthy way of using up a lettuce. Here's a man now to open the second part of episode 262 with that recipe.
That's right. So first we're going to list the ingredients you're going to need. And that comes to 500 grams of lean beef mince, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, 300 grams packet fresh superfood or shredded stir-fry mix. And for this recipe, they recommend to use carrots, cabbage, kale, and broccoli. We're also going to need 2 tablespoons of sweet soy sauce, 450 grams of family-size microwave brown rice, 2 baby coarse lettuce, leaves separate, mint leaves to serve, and toasted sesame seeds to serve. So that's all the ingredients you're going to need.
So let's just put the recipe up on your screen now. So there's the recipe there. So look up on the taste website for that recipe. There's the ingredients and the instructions there. So a good healthy meal for the family. And that's what we're having here at Oceana tonight. So we open the first part of the show about healthy eating. Now that recipe has good lean beef mince in there. Here's Amanda now.
Yes, a very healthy option, source of fiber and all different things. And it is easy 4 method steps. If I can read out the steps for you. Number 1, in a large non-stick fry pan, heat the oil over medium-high heat. Cook mince for 5 minutes. Break it up in the back of a wooden spoon until brown. That's step 1. After that, step 2, add the stir-fry mix and cook for 3 to 4 minutes or until the vegetables are just tender. And kick half mince and toast to coat. Step number 3. Meanwhile, prepare brown rice according to the package instructions and set aside to cool for 1 to 2 minutes. Fourth and last step. To serve, place lemon cups into a platter, top with a couple of tablespoons of brown rice, and then the mince mixture. Drizzle with a little extra kick-up mince if desired, and top with mint leaves and sesame seeds. Yum!
So that is a nice healthy dinner. And you can even have for lunch too. Here's Amanda now for this.
Yes, if there's any leftovers in this recipe, Please freeze the meat separate from the lettuce. Don't put it all together and then freeze, so the lettuce might go a bit soggy. So save your lettuce separately, and once you're ready to hit the meat, then you bring the lettuce out.
Okay, because you can't freeze lettuce, guys.
Yeah.
And like we said in part one, okay, don't keep the mince for too long in the fridge because it will go off. Eat it as soon as possible. Here's Amanda now.
Yes, eat it as soon as possible and keep eating healthy. Barry has more ideas of healthy recipes through his channel. So scroll down to past videos, get inspired, look for some yummy recipes, and yeah, keep moving on this lockdown. Cooking is good. Cooking healthy food is good for your body as well as for your mental health.
Because if you eat like fish and chips every day, guys, that is no good. Here's my offside.
That's right. No fast food, no oily, greasy food every day. This is really a treat. And when we're in lockdown, it's very easy to go for these greasy options, but we should not. We should use the time that we have at home to cook nice, healthy meals. Back to you, Barry.
So we've got the 11 o'clock conference coming up, and which brings us nicely to the case numbers. Okay, 830 cases yesterday. That is a lot. Here's Amanda now.
As you want to see this number going down, we have to make our efforts to get the case numbers down and the vaccination numbers up. So once again, if you haven't had your jab, get this organized, get this booked, and let's make it happen.
And we will also talk about the breaching the rules, which also brings us nicely off the food topic. Okay, now the negatives. Okay, if you know that there is a lockdown happening or a curfew about to start, please abide by it. Don't be an absolute fool and get away without being caught because, like we've been saying on the show, being caught is only a matter. Getting caught, I should say, is only a matter of time. Here's Amanda now.
Yes, and we can help. We can do our bit. If you've heard of any parties, of any agglomeration being prepared, being foreseen, you can ring Crime Stoppers. Don't ring 000, ring Crime Stoppers and give them all the information you have to help us stop these rule breakers to acting in the wrong side of the law.
And that number is 1-800 333 and I'll just get Amanda to check that number.
Yep, so we always give you the right information.
I'll just pause that. And so that number is 1-800 333 and I will give you that number at the end of today's show. Now, the protest on Saturday, that was absolutely disgusting. Here's Amanda now.
Yeah, it's very sad to see so many people not obeying the rules. Once again, we understand it's hard to be in lockdown, but that's our way out of it. We need the vaccination numbers to go higher so we can get out of lockdown. So if you want to do something about it, don't go to a protest. Go to a vaccination hub. Do your bit, get vaccinated, obey the rules, and soon we're going to be out. But if the protests keep up and up, it's not going to end soon. Back to you, Barry.
And also, don't punch police officers. They are there to protect us. Here's Amanda now.
Yeah, it's important to be respectful with everyone, especially our frontline workers, our police officers, nurses, and everyone else out there. They're out doing the jobs because they absolutely have to. If this is not your case, stay home, be respectful, and do your part.
Because there's no need to be absolutely stupid, guys. Please don't flout the rules. We know it's been difficult for 2 months, well, 2 months now, and this is our third month, maybe the fourth month. So don't go and then punch police officers. Please don't do that. It is assault. Here's Amanda now.
Yes, if you get your frustration to a police officer, you can be into big trouble. They're there to protect us, they're there for law enforcement. Being aggressive towards them does not solve the problem, it only creates you more problems.
So we'd like to hear your thoughts about all of this today, protesting, and the same in Melbourne too. Please, don't be an absolute fool out there. Here's Amanda now.
Yes, don't be a fool. Be patient. Let's work together. This is not something we're going to overcome overnight. We're going to need our hard work. The best we can do now again is get vaccinated, is obeying the rules. After the news conference soon, we're going to come back with the most updated rules. We're going to offer you the best information we can so we can fight this together. Isn't it, Barry?
So we are all in this together. Please work as a team. We know it's hard, okay, but don't take your anger out on police or officers or the ambulance because they have enough to deal with, okay? So please don't act the fool. We know it's been hard, okay? Okay, and get on the phone if you are struggling, and Lifeline 213-1114. I will give you that number also at the end of today's show, and 000 as well. So the 11 o'clock conference is coming up. So do stay with us for that, and we will come back to wrap it up after the conference. You're watching episode 262, the 11 o'clock conference, coming up in half an hour from now. So do stay with us. This is Barry, Fear, and Amanda, and episode 262 today. Stay with us. The 11 o'clock conference coming up, and stay with us. Here is the COVID update from the news conference. Thanks to Channel 9 for that. And 818 cases today and 3 more deaths, sadly, but we will not go into the deaths. But please, guys, go out and get vaccinated. We are focusing more on the vaccines, not the case numbers. So just recovering the cases from the weekend, 825 on Saturday and 830 yesterday. So at least it hasn't gone right with you. So joining me now for the final part of our show. Good morning, Amanda. That's a big relief, yeah?
Yes, for sure, Barry. Good morning again, everyone. It's really a happy feeling to see the numbers going down. Even if it's slightly down, that's what we want. We want the vaccination numbers to go up, and I think that's happening as well. So, yes, that's the light in the end of the tunnel.
So that is really good news for us here in Sydney today. Now, the weather forecast, well, after a week of lovely weather, we are seeing some clouds rolling in, so we could get some showers, and tomorrow showers and 16 degrees, so we really do need that rain, guys. Here's Amanda.
Yes, it's good to see the change in the weather. It's windy now, the clouds are coming, the rain are going to improve the air quality, especially after a weekend of backfires to reduce the hazard. So the rain is very welcome. We're waiting for it. It's really good.
So even if we hope to get it because we badly need it. So the wind is picking up now, but getting back to the vaccinations, guys, please do go and get them. Let's not worry about the case numbers because I think Gladys has said enough about them, but I am sure she will update us all in the coming days. And like Amanda said, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and the bulb in the torch is slowly starting to light up, but we can't expect things to happen in an instant. So, so guys, just recapping the rest of the day's show, we've talked about mood swings today. Today we talked about healthy eating, and here's Amanda to recap on that.
Yes, back on health eating, which is one of our favorite topics here on the show. Um, Keep it healthy, think of your health in the long term. You might be happy just after you eat some fish and chips, but in the long term, it's not going to be good for your body. So keep making healthy choices. Just today on the show, we just show you a very yummy and healthy recipe. It's going to be dinner here at Oceana. We're excited about it, and we're hoping that you do the same at home. Do health choices.
So we'd like to just conclude this show by saying, have a good, healthy diet, guys. Okay, make up the delicious recipe we have spoken about, and it's beautiful. So go ahead, get some good quality mince from your butcher, get it delivered to you, whip up some nice meals for your family and freeze the leftover mince, but don't keep too long, guys. Here's Amanda now.
Yes, healthy eating is very good for our body and for our mind. So let's really put an effort into this. We have lots of tips in this show and in past shows because I really want to see everyone as healthy as possible.
So please, don't fill up on junk food, ladies and gentlemen. Please eat healthy, okay? We know it's difficult to eat healthy sometimes, but guys, as the saying goes, you are what you eat, okay? So, another important point we'd like to recap on today's show, okay, is your mood swings, okay? Please control your mood swings. Don't get angry about something. Talk about it. Even email your friends. Organize a Zoom meeting. That sort of thing. So please, guys.
Yeah, and staying connected help with the mood swings. So reach out to your friends and loved ones, and let's support each other.
So we started the show early today, so we're going to finish it. So the number for Lifeline is 131114. Get a pen and a bit of paper and write that number down, okay? Because it is important that you do talk to somebody if you are struggling with this lockdown, okay? There is a light at the end of the tunnel, guys. So hang in there. We're all in this together, okay? Please be there for one another. Be strong. Talk to your friends and family. Write in a diary, guys. It's not hard to do. Um, and this is where we'd like to end the show by saying, uh, write in a diary, eat a good diet, sleep well, drink well, and your body will thank you. Thank you for it. And the number we rely on 24 hours a day, that is 000. Please do not ring that number unless you've got an emergency. Okay, 000 is not there for chit chat. And if you report any suspicious activity, call Crime Stoppers. Their number is 1-800 333 Don't ring 000. Ring Crime Stoppers. Okay? So we like Amanda and I would like to thank you for joining us on the show today, and we will see you again on Monday again. And this is the final Monday of our Winter Series 2. Okay? And don't forget before we go, September is coming up. So if you have any ideas of how you can raise money for September, get on your website now and find out how you can help your friends and family to raise money and things like that. 10,000 steps a day, ladies and gentlemen. So September starts on September 1 through to September 28th. So don't forget September is coming up, so write that in your diary too. So, so thank you for your company today. That's all we've got time for. You've been watching episode 262, episode 263, coming up with Matt Brown tomorrow with me in the studio. I will have Matt Brown with me in the studio tomorrow, and we'll recap the case numbers again, reminding of healthy eating. So that's all coming up on episode 263 tomorrow. The time is now 20 past 11 on this Monday morning. That's all we've got time for. Thanks for your company on episode 262, and we'll see you again. I'll see you again with Matt Brown tomorrow for episode 263. Until next Monday morning at 9:30, you have a great rest of Monday, and we will see you next Monday to do it all again. Thanks for watching episode 262. I'm Barry here with Amanda. We wish you a very good morning and enjoy the rest of your Monday, and we'll catch you next time round on the Daily Wraps. Thanks for watching and have a good morning. Bye bye.